The 49ers are now on the clock.
Okay, Adam, tell us about Williams here.
One thing that kept coming up from GMs whenever this guy's name is mentioned was his clutch factor. Throughout his college career, he managed to win big games and flat outplay some big names at the same position in the process. It's almost as if the more challenging the situation, the more he elevates his game, a trait that will serve him well in the NFL. According to my sources, this X factor, coupled with his power arm, had several organizations pinning him as a surefire franchise quarterback. Looks like this team has gotten its man.
The Browns are now on the clock.
Pick's been made. Let's go to Adam Schefter to hear more about the player.
He's a running back that has amazed and confused scouts and draft experts all season due to his inconsistent play. Some weeks, he looked like the most dominant back in the nation, and others, he struggled moving the ball past the line of scrimmage. High-level sources I spoke with attributed much of his inconsistency to a poor work ethic in the film room, specifically not reading blocks or understanding cutback lanes in favor of trying to run outside. If these reports were true, this coaching staff is going to have quite a project on its hands.
Ladies and gentlemen, we've got a trade.
The Browns are now on the clock.
Hold on now. This pick is trading teams.
The Browns are now on the clock.
The Buccaneers pick is in. Adam, give us the lowdown on Boyd.
One of the nation's elite running backs until a major injury halted his progress. This is a pick that has tremendous upside associated with it. Many scouts I talked to do not believe his knee is anywhere near 100% and is still months away from regaining the strength needed to make hard cuts and the explosive first step he once had. One source even told me that rushing this kid back to the field is a recipe for disaster, possibly causing additional damage to the knee. The jury's still out on whether or not he'll return to the dominant running style he had in college, but with patience and a training staff dedicated to his rehab, this team could have a very capable running back for years to come.
The Browns are now on the clock.
Hello, everyone. I'm Larry Ridley. You're tuned into the NFL on EA Sports. In today's matchup, we should have a fun one on our hands. It's the Bengals coming in at 5-3, going up against the Browns, who come in at 1-6.
Larry, we are in the place the folks here call the Jungle, and that's Paul Brown Stadium in Cincinnati. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Cleveland Browns and the Cincinnati Bengals. have a red zone situation brewing. This defense on their heels a little bit as they get set to defend a 1st and 10 with the ball at the 16. Dalton operating in the red zone now. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it. Long drive. The defense just cannot seem to catch a break and get off the field. Dalton gives to Bernard. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, and that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
They'll run again with Bernard. And he'll take this one down near the 15. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again, they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
So on 4th down, Marvin Lewis sends on the field goal unit. And Sturgis able to knock it through. And the Bengals are on the board first here. It's 3-0. So they get the field goal, but partner, that was a 14-play drive to get the 3.
Normally, when you hold the ball that long, run that many plays, you end up in the end zone. There's a breakdown.
Test for the defense coming up. What can they dial up here to try and thwart this 3rd down situation? Throwing is Garoppolo on 3rd down. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. So here's the situation upcoming. Second quarter, third down, and this defense just trying to force the field goal attempt. From the gun on third, Garoppolo. He's got his tight end in Njoku. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes this one down to the 15. The Browns passing game finding its stride. They've got another first down. And now the passing game here in the second quarter starting to heat up a little bit.
Don't you feel the rhythm starting to happen, right? You see it. Now the confidence is starting to rise. I think now's a play caller because that is...
Inside the red zone, it's Garoppolo. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Fuller. And here he'll get it down to the 7. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. On second down, here's Crowell. And he'll be stopped up after only a couple of yards as he gets it down to the 5. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down.
And he's in. Touchdown, Browns. Isaiah Crowell with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Browns are able to cash in for 6. Second effort there, he was determined to find pay dirt, and he did.
I think that's a great example of what coaches talk about, a back that runs behind his pads.
Coming up here, this defense looking for a third down stop in the second quarter. Third down, a shot here for Dalton. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. Christian Kirksey. He's the one that gets him down. It'll be a loss of 5, and it'll bring up 4th down. Great job defensively. So here's the situation upcoming. Second quarter, third down, and this defense just trying to force the field goal attempt. To throw on third down, Dalton. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th. Just inside of 2 minutes for this offense. Second quarter. They've got the football, but on their own side of the field. And the Browns getting set to go. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
Garoppolo to try again on second down. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense, as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. Throwing on first is Garoppolo. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. A gain of 4 on the play, and that'll make it a second down. Now Garoppolo throwing on second. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Tease Tabor. And they will finally get him as he's all the way down near the 40-yard line.
That was a really nice interception. I think it illustrates the differences between playing man and playing zone. When you're in man, all you're focused on is the receiver in front of you. But when you're in zone, you're allowed to read the quarterback's eyes and go to the ball. That's exactly what happened on that play.
Let's focus now on Giovanni Bernard. And I'm wondering if maybe they don't go away from him on this drive a little bit. He's been great, but they haven't scored a lot of points.
I think they still have to
A red zone situation coming up. We'll see how this defense can respond to an impending 1st and goal. They'll run it now out of the gun. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout, as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. It's second down. Dalton looking. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete.
Well, one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown him a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after him. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. An extra defensive back on the field here for 3rd and goal. Dalton here from the gun. And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. Now on 4th down, we've got a whistle here and a timeout, as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. So now here comes the field goal team for the 3rd time today. Sturgis able to knock it through, and with that, they'll take a 2-point lead here in quarter number 2. So here's the situation. They forced the fumble, got the football, and now they have it in the red zone, 1st and 10. A 1st down carry now for Crowell. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
I think it's pretty evident we can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments.
Well, after getting the ball in prime position to score after a fumble recovery, you think you're in a great spot. But the defense on the field is saying not so fast, and they've held firm on the first 2 plays.
There's Garoppolo to throw. This is caught, and he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. He'll get only 2 there, and it's 2nd and goal.
In recent years, the slot receivers really gained stature in the NFL because they can do so many things. Yes, they can line up wide like your normal wide receiver, but to have that kind of courage and toughness to run routes in the middle of the field and become dependable targets for their quarterback.
And he'll score. Touchdown, Browns. Isaiah Crowell with his second touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Browns take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in. He's given him a little jolt, just gave him the lead there, but 2 TDs now in the game.
And that jolt puts them in the lead. What a terrific job.
So a big third down coming up here for the defense, trying to preserve a very slim lead in the third quarter. On third down, Dalton. Oh, he can't hang on to it. Almost intercepted. They would have loved the first pick of the game there. A lead change may very well be forthcoming as this offense in field goal range already and looking for more here in the fourth quarter. Rivers now to throw on first down. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be second down.
Well, we're not playing 3 yards in a cloud of dust football anymore. I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football. Because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion, and both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad for your team.
Yeah, that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up third.
That one was tipped up in the air and fortunately fell away for the defense, because if the offense is able to grab that one, that's a short little jaunt into the end zone because there's not enough reaction time off of a tip ball for the defense to rally and make a tackle. They were very fortunate on that play.
And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a fourth down.
He wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check down situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, hoping he can break some tackles, a big tight end, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, get it to that big frame and hope he could scatter some bodies, unable to get it done.
And Sturgis able to knock it through. And with that, they have taken the lead by a point here in the fourth. The key coming up here, preserve the lead for this defense. Fourth quarter, close game. Third down, here we go. A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. He finds Coleman. And he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30. It's a gain of 20 and picking up the first. This offense looking for 6 points. They are in the red zone as we'll get back into it here. 1st and 10 at the 11. There's Garoppolo on 1st and 10. Being chased out left. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's second down.
Now, that was not a bad scramble there on first down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable 2nd and short. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively.
They'll run it now out of the gun. 4 yards on the play, and that leads to the 1st and goal. First down and goal. The offense knocking on the door. They'll try and punch it in with Crowell. Into a mass of bodies, and I think they held him out. They did. No gain on the play, and it's going to be 2nd and goal.
Well, he was stopped on that play, but he's had plenty of carries all afternoon. Every now and then the defense is going to win one, but I don't think they'll shy away from handing it to him the rest of the game.
Now they'll throw with Garoppolo. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Brandon, some of those windows to throw the football that exist when you're between the 20s, they don't exist when you're this close to the goal line. But as a former DB, I liked it closer to the goal line. Tighter windows made it easier to cover people, actually.
So now 3rd and goal. Will the defense, and he takes this one in for a Brown score. Jimmy Garoppolo with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Browns have moved out in front here in the 4th quarter. So on 3rd down, they dialed up the draw play. It worked. Got him in the end zone.
As one of our colleagues likes to say,
the key coming up here, preserve the lead for this defense. 4th quarter, close game. 3rd down, here we go. On 3rd down, Rivers. And he's got it. Touchdown, Bengals. Drive now for this offense. They'll have all 3 timeouts and the 2-minute warning as they search for a late score. Garoppolo again. The throw to the left side, caught by Coleman. The Browns passing game finding its stride. They've got another 1st down.
that was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the quarterback a really nice target.
It's caught by Crowell. And he's going to get this inside the 30. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me. I'm going to keep firing.
No gain on the screen there. It's second down. They couldn't get anything going there out on the right side of the flat of the swing pass.
And didn't we have a discussion with their staff about wanting to get the backs more involved in the passing game? Huge emphasis for this game, but obviously the defense had other plans and really made a nice play.
Again, they'll throw with Garoppolo. Dancing to his left. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at third down. Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They face a critical third down now, needing a score here in the late going. They'll look to throw. Hard throw, incomplete.
I'm not sure we could spot any tendency here on this third down. They could have run it or passed it. Either one was available. They chose to try and get it through the air, but they were unsuccessful.
And Lutz puts this one through. And we are all tied here in the final stage. This defense looking to preserve the tie and try to keep this offense out of field goal range here late. The drive starts with a handoff to Bernard. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. Now Rivers. Wide open receiver complete. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. A big play there. 78 yards. The drive of the game forthcoming. This offense, a field goal does them no good. They need to get in the end zone. The good news, they have all 3 timeouts left. Let's see how this plays out. Forced out to, and he can't get a throw away. He's taken down.
Brandon, that's just football 101. If you're out of the pocket, you've got to get rid of the football in this situation. You cannot take a sack in a 2-minute drill.
So the defense has put them in a tough spot. It's second and long. He'll look to throw. Throw left side, caught by the tight end Njoku. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts, as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels. To throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Will Fuller was the intended target, and that'll bring up second down.
There's definitely contact there, but it's the fourth quarter of a kind of tight game, and sometimes officials just say, let them play. Kind of like your mom used to, you and your brothers just take the broom to you and send you out to the backyard and tell you to settle it yourselves.
I like that, yeah. There was contact. I don't know, like you said, enough to warrant the flag. It was close, though. And this is caught, and he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. A big play there in the final minute, and the Browns are within an extra point of tying this thing up.
The receivers have been running them ragged, maybe some tired legs in the secondary, maybe some tired legs in the pass rush. Didn't get to him, and look what resulted. A touchdown, tie game. They've got a chance to take the lead.
Through now, by the way, in the Meadowlands. And very little issue in that one for the Redskins, opening their lead a bit further. Alex Smith, he was the story there with 4 touchdown passes. They begin with a run by Crowell. And he'll get this one up to the 26. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Short gain there to start overtime.
Almost a tester play, wasn't it? Wanted to see if the guys on defense were going to fit the gaps the correct way, because we're in overtime. So it's not just physical tiredness out there, right? Mentally, are you still doing what you're supposed to do? And they were up to the task on that play.
And certainly fatigue on both sides of the football. That's good for a Cleveland first down, an 11-yard pickup. So here we go, 1st and 10 now. Looking to throw, Garoppolo. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. It'll be a gain of 6, and it'll make it 2nd down. Garoppolo to throw on 2nd down. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. Working from the gun, Garoppolo. That's Njoku over the middle. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. Big yardage there for the Browns, 18. Charles, you get into these overtime situations, that's not a bad guy to dial into.
Well, when you have to have plays, especially in a spot as you just described, we're in OT, you've got to go to the guys you can trust and you know are going to make the plays. Well, they say, it's not the X's and the O's, it's the Jimmys and the Joes.
Back-to-back nice gains, that one for 14 yards and another first.
But they're getting ready to go to work now in prime real estate after that last run. Found his spot and picked up nice yardage, didn't he?
And now he's got him knocking on the door of the red zone. Buying time to his left. Throw left side complete. That's Coleman. And down inside the 15 he goes. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. Shaping up to be a very efficient opening drive here in overtime.
And can you feel the tension building? Because I'm feeling it. All right, I've got the sweaty palms here with each play because of the enormity of what's going on. Each play means so much in overtime, and they're handling it well as this drive continues.
And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. 10 more there and another first down. He's padding his already great numbers here in overtime. More importantly, though, moving his guys downfield.
And I think that's exactly what's going through his head right now. Moving them downfield, putting them in a position to win the game. The stats, that's for the fantasy guys. I know they're enjoying that show.
No gain there, and it's going to set up second and goal. A well-executed blitz, no doubt. Great job by the linebacker. Maybe the quarterback, if he could have seen that, could have audibled there.
Yeah, he needed to be in a different play because that one just meshed perfect.
And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line. Vontez Burfict coming hard on the blitz. He dumps him for a loss of 8.
When you're this close to the goal line, you've got to expect pressure from the defense, so the ball's got to come out fast. Got to get out of his hands quicker.
Garoppolo now on third and goal. This is Crowell on the catch. 10 yards gets him closer, but now it's fourth and goal. And on that last play there, he's over 400 yards passing now.
You know what that generally means?
Success.
That, and it means you really didn't miss opportunities. Usually very accurate. The ball's getting to the right place. Guys are making yardage after the catch to help you out that way. I mean, the whole team has picked it up. And don't forget, that means the offensive line has had to pass protect pretty well, too.
Yeah, everyone dialed in. All right, so they're able to put 3 on the board. Partner, a great game that we got to see and making it extra.
The Dolphins are now on the clock. The Browns are now on the clock.
They just picked up McBride. Adam, what's the latest?
Just when you thought his draft stock couldn't be any higher, here's a guy that goes out and puts on an absolute show in the College All-Star game, being named the game's MVP. Several GMs I spoke to cite that performance as the reason many draft experts, including Matt Miller, labeled him as the clear-cut #1 quarterback in this year's draft. He's never backed down from a challenge, and I can only imagine he's chomping at the bit to meet with the coaching staff as soon as possible to begin his NFL journey.
Texans pick is in. Adam, what can you tell us about Felton?
He came to his pro day looking a little bit slimmer than he was at the combine. That weight loss seemed to help as he ran a faster 40 and 3 cone drill than he did at the combine. However, he turned in fewer reps on the bench and had less of a burst in his vertical. While he was able to gain some speed, it came at the cost of some of his strength. Now that he's on a team, they'll work with him to make sure he's at an ideal playing size for his role on the line.
Adam, tell us more about Thompson.
At the combine, he finished toward the bottom in every drill among offensive linemen. A lot of scouts expected him to have a redeeming pro day, but that didn't happen either. In fact, he even tested worse in his bench press in 3-cone drills. In a class of linemen like this, I thought he would get lost and end up undrafted. But now that he's just been picked up, I'm curious to see where this team uses him this upcoming season.
Let's go to Adam Schefter now, who's got more to say about the Browns' latest pick.
The end of his season was riddled with injuries, and that carried through until he suffered a sprain that took him out of the All-Star game in the Combine. The lack of new information on him slowly made him fall toward the back of his position's class. But his stock didn't take a total nosedive, as his name has just been called. He needs to relax now and fully heal up, which I'm sure the team trainers will enforce as well.
The Browns are now on the clock. The Browns are now on the clock. The Browns are now on the clock.
All right, now that the pick's in, let's go to Adam. Adam, what can you tell us about this guy?
English may not be his first language, but one thing is for sure. This kid can play. Despite only recently moving to the States, he's played American football for years and was one of the top athletes in collegiate sports overseas. He jumped at the chance to play in the NFL and used his final year of eligibility to play for a program here in America. The decision so far has paid off for him, as he was one of the most fun players to watch in college this season. And now his dream has been fulfilled, landing on an NFL team with this pick. But the journey has just begun, and we'll see what this European phenom can do in the big leagues.
All right, team is now off the clock. Adam Schefter, can you tell us about their newest player?
The two most important qualities any defensive back should have are fluid hips and the ability to attack the ball in midair. Unfortunately, he didn't flash either of those at the combine. He turned in one of the slowest performances in the back pedal and turn drills, while his slow reaction time and change of direction speed caused him to miss on several passes. From Matt Miller's perspective, he looked completely lost during the drill, searching for the ball each time he turned around. The coaches are going to have a lot of work to do with him, but hopefully we'll see some improvement in the preseason.
The Browns are now on the clock.
Well, if you're wondering what the delay is, I think we've got a trade coming here.
The Browns are now on the clock.
Well, wait, looks like both war rooms are feverishly back on the phones. I think that means a trade is coming.
The Packers made their selection. For more about him, let's go to Adam Schefter.
A fundamentally sound offensive lineman whose last collegiate season was ended prematurely by a nasty ankle injury, he's a guy who has the potential to become a centerpiece on the line for years to come. If there's one point of contention about him, it's that after talking to several of my sources, there's a significant worry about the strength of his surgically repaired right ankle. The original injury happened when the ankle appeared to buckle while he was not engaged, raising some serious questions about leg strength. He's been known as a bit of a power lifter with exceptional upper body strength, leading some strength coaches to openly question if this explosive lifting is putting additional stress on his leg joints. He looked good at the combine with excellent lateral movement pushing off the ankle in question. We probably won't know how well that ankle holds up until about a year from now, after he's been through the rigors of an entire NFL season.
Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley.
All right, let's get you to the action here as we pick things up early in the first quarter. The Browns offense heading back out to take possession.
And this is their third drive. Maybe the focus right now not so much on points, but getting their first down.
And when you start off a game, you don't even think that's an issue, do you? But you go a drive, a second drive, no. You got to think about, okay, what type of play calling do I have to do to get us in a spot to pick that first one up?
The numbers for Crowell in last week's game. 22 carries, 68 yards. Back to throw. McBride.
And we all know he had a big workload last week, so I'm eager to see if they decide to back him off a little bit. Personally, I hand it to him 20-plus times again. When a running back's locked in like he is, I want him to keep touching the football.
And that's one of his advantages of a passer, is it not? With his height, setting back there in the pocket, firing it over the middle, he can really see everything clearly.
It is.
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Montravius Adams coming up the middle, gets him there for a loss of about 9. Well, you don't usually get a sack from a nose tackle spot, but we got one there.
No, we don't, and a lot of the times in passing situations, they end up off the field anyway. So how happy was he to work his way back to the quarterback and put him on the ground? He's going to end up with a nickname after something like that, some Big Jelly or something like that.
And this passing game, this whole offense really didn't show up in the loss last week, and it hasn't started all that great here either.
Yeah, and they can't let that incompletion become an uh-oh moment. Like, oh boy, here we go again, just like last week. Each game is its own entity, treated as such.
Let's go!
Throwing on 3rd and long. McBride. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
This is going to be a good one-on-one battle to watch. Both of these guys play the game at the highest level.
Both of them are terrific competitors. They play the game with great athleticism and smarts as well.
And in this early round, the defense wins. And he's getting a workout here in this first quarter as he gets it away. It's a 45-yard punt, just a 1-yard return. And the Packer drive will start from deep. Second quarter score from KC. And the Chiefs have jumped out to an early lead in their ball game. Patrick Mahomes with 2 first-half touchdown passes. Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. It's caught. Jones. And he gets this down to the 18. Good enough. Rodgers to Montgomery on the draw. And effective running here. He'll take it down inside the 10. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
That's a strong pickup right there on 1st down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
They'll keep pounding here with Montgomery. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. 4 yards on the play, and that leads to the 1st and goal. And a really long drive here, and it goes on and on. 2 minutes remain in a scoreless first half. More from Cleveland after this. A reminder coming up at halftime, we'll have Larry Ridley's highlights, but points obviously hard to come by in this first half. Larry will be in Orlando with our halftime report in about 2 minutes' time.
Yeah, he and his staff.
Touchdown, Packers! Devontae Adams with touchdown number 7 on the year. Well, this offense has struggled. They have not scored yet. They trail, but a chance here late in the second quarter to try to get some points on the board. On 1st and 10, McBride. And the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. Now, before this 2nd down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. To throw on 2nd down. McBride, a screen complete to Crowell. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. The Browns on 3rd down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This is 3rd and 17. Off play action. McBride. And that is incomplete.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And great special teams work here. This is knocking on the door of the 5. They'll spot it at the 6-yard line. Well, points have been hard to come by in this one, and it's the 3rd quarter. Defenses have reigned supreme. Can the defense reign supreme once more on 3rd down? Let's find out. Looking to throw. McBride, incomplete. He had his hands on it, but couldn't pick it. On 4th down, McBride. And he's got Walters. Big catch. And he picks up the 1st down yardage as he takes this one down. inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. Now he's flushed out left. And he'll be out of bounds. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
Obviously, a big play was needed. And you can see his eyes light up as he realized there's absolutely no one in front of him. And he takes off and goes a long way. Not only does he pick up a first down, but a big gain to boot.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field stands.
Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal.
Here we go!
They'll try and run for it with Crowell. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. So nothing there. I don't know that that's all in the back, though. You got to look at blocking there, don't you?
I would agree with that totally. At some point, they have to win at the point of attack. Instead,
and he's in. Touchdown, Browns. Isaiah Crowell, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Browns are within an extra point. So here we go, back to the action. Football in the red zone. And a big 3rd down play coming up for this defense. Here's Rodgers to throw. He's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line. And they brought the pressure there just right up the gut, didn't they?
Yeah, they certainly did. And, you know, when you've got so many different responsibilities as an offensive line, you got to deal with the nose tackle, the 2 defensive tackles or ends, and then sometimes you just can't account for everyone. The linebacker slipped free.
And the 10-year vet knocks it through the goalpost, and they take the lead here now. This defense in need of a big stop in a tight game in the 4th quarter. Let's see if they can get that stop they need. Rodgers on 3rd down. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds. Keeping this offense out of the end zone has to be considered a must here, as this defense can ill afford to go 2 scores down here in the 2nd half. Rodgers now on 1st down. And that is incomplete. A pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down.
Well, you know you don't want to make a mistake in that area, so you make sure you make a smart throw. Throw it out towards the sidelines. If you overshoot your guy, so be it. It's just the incompletion that we saw there.
To throw is Rodgers. To throw on 3rd down. And he's got it. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. All right, this offense has made its way into the red zone as they're set up with a 1st and 10 just inside the 20. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Back at the 26-yard line. Mike Daniels in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated.
Under pressure again, and down he goes again.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
He's going to float this one deep right side. And that one incomplete. Had some position but couldn't hold on, and it brings up fourth down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. All right, so you needed to... Elsewhere across the league, fourth quarter.